beard oil, beard butter, and beard balm. If you have a beard, these are 3 essential items that you need in your arsenal of grooming products to help you maintain, style, and keep your beard conditioned all day long. And in this video, we're going to be talking about what the 3 different products are, what are they made of, what are they best used for, how are they similar, and how are they different. So welcome, guys. My name's Brian. This is my Beards and Banjos YouTube channel, where we try to help you grow your best beard possible. Thank you so much for joining me. So first up, we're going to be talking about beard oil. And if you're only going to be using one of these 3 products, it should definitely be the beard oil. It is the lightest weight out of those. It's the easiest to apply and to deal with. Also, it is just as important for the skin underneath as it is your beard hair itself. Whereas the balms and the butters, those are targeted primarily for the beard hair and not necessarily the skin underneath. All right, so beard oil in your infancy stages of your beard growth is going to help keep your skin underneath moisturized. It's going to control the itching and the flaking, the beard drift that can be called. Also, it's going to aid if you're having good quality oil with good quality carrier oils, things like argan and jojoba and coconut oil and castor. It's going to actually aid in the growing process. It's going to keep your hair follicles all primed for growth, if you will. Okay, some can even go into lessen inflammation, so it can actually help with ingrown hairs and things like that. Good quality oils should not clog your pores, and if you have good washing and grooming and exfoliating techniques, it's going to just work wonders. The beard oil. Beard oil will also give you limited styling. It can actually, some oils actually help you style very well, because depending on your the thickness of your beard as it gets longer, sometimes it can be hard to actually comb through. The beard oil is going to help that, so it's going to make your grooming easier. Also, the beard oil starts to replace your natural sebum oil from your sebaceous glands. It can only produce so much, so as your beard gets longer and longer, to keep the entire length of your hair moisturized, that's what the beard oil is going to help you do. It's not going to give you a lot of hold, all right? I have seen some where it kind of relaxes everything, so once it's easier to style, it's going to kind of stay relaxed, because it will make your beard soft. All right. It'll also give you a little bit of shine, kind of give you a little bit of intention with what you're doing, so people can know you're trying and you really care about how you look. All right. So that's beard oil. So next up, we're going to be talking about beard butter. All right. And beard butter takes the same oils, carrier oil blend that is in some of the beard oil, and it adds in some butters. And most of the time it's things like shea butter, mango butter. It could be a whole lot of other ones, kokum and some others. I've seen about probably 10 or 12 different butters that you put in there. So what is that going to do? It is going to give you longer lasting conditioning for the beard. Some guys like using it, and me too, using a little bit of butter at night. It kind of keeps everything nice and soft and well maintained all night long. So when you wake up, you may not have crazy bed beard like you have bed head. Sometimes you get bed beard if you're not careful. Once I started using beard butter, it really helped with that. Now we'll give you a little bit more of styling and limited hold. Kind of depends on how thick the butter is, but it's kind of like the oil. And once it starts to soak in, it just makes everything relaxed. So once again, can be easier with styling. Also, both of these, both the oil and the butter, can help you when you start to use heat on your beard. Yes, you can use heat on your beard. So it can be a hair dryer or a heated brush. I've done tutorials on both of those. You guys can go back and check out, but you want to use the oil beforehand. Let it soak in, do your heat routine, style it up. And then a lot of times I follow that up just about every time with some butter, because that really kind of locks in everything and relaxes it and keeps everything nice and conditioned all day long. So last up, we're going to be talking about beard balm. So we basically take our butter and we add in some wax. And most of the time that's beeswax. I've seen a couple other ones, but primarily beeswax. And it can be a high variety of how much beeswax is in it. All right, you can have some with pretty low hold, so low beeswax, and it is pretty much like just a butter. Sometimes it can feel just about like it, maybe give you a little more styling, but also some have a lot of beeswax. and becomes pretty tough. So you actually have to work a little bit more in your hands to put it on. But for me, I love beard balm, especially with, a shorter to medium beard. You may not need it if you've got a big, huge, long beard. The beard balm may not be doing as much for you, and you may just want to stick to the oil and the butter, but it's going to start to control. It gives you the most control. All right. So maybe you're not using heat. You don't like using heat, or in coordination with heat. Sometimes after heat, I put on some beard balm, but that's going to help with the flyaways. Also for me, I think about extreme stuff. It's going to be extreme conditioning, like longest lasting, extreme protection. So anytime you've got any kind of extreme weather outside, whether it is wind, but also if it's really, really humid, it can start to work. Now, if it's too hot and humid, it may kind of melt on you. But for me, I found that when I was wearing a mask back during the lockdown and pandemic, that the beard balm helped me more than anything, because it just made my beard dry out when I would just breathe that humid air back on myself from under the mask. Beard balm helped. It's also going to put just a small layer of that beeswax on it. So if you are out working in conditions, you've got sawdust, you've got whatever the case may be, the beeswax kind of helps protect your beard in a little bit different way than maybe a conditioner in the shower kind of coats your beard as well. But the beard balm, I tend to like using beard balm on that. So yes, you can still get conditioning from it. It still has all the same ingredients as the butter most of the time, plus that wax to give you extra protection, longer lasting protection, tame the flyaways. The amount of conditioning you get can kind of vary. Sometimes they just kind of feel stiff and it feels just like you're putting the wax on, and 30 minutes later it still feels like that. But some of my favorite balms, it gives you the best of all of that. You get the conditioning and you get the hold as well. All right. So for me, I like using balm for extreme environments or to really try to polish up my look. So let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. You experienced beardsmen out there, make sure you go in and tell other folks your best tips about your oil and your butters and your balms. Do you still use balm? I know some of the my friends out there in the community, they've kind of outgrown it this way. I still find it to be very useful, but oil is the most important. And then you've got to figure out butter versus balm, yes or no to each one or both. That's totally up to you, but don't be afraid to experiment around. There's lots more videos on the internet. I've put out like 600 or so. You can go back and check that out for my recommendations on how to use it, how to style, all of that stuff. But as always, guys, I appreciate you watching, and we'll be seeing you soon for another video.